So you said America would have been different if Hillary Clinton was, we wouldn't be where we are today. So a lot of people would say, of course it wouldn't be, because she is like the face of establishment. So she would have protected all the establishment people and they would have been fine. Trump being the face of the anti-establishment. Let me just give you my question. And then Trump, the face of the anti-establishment, of course is going to ruin it for everybody else, because he's not part of their camp. He's not part of their group. He's not kicking it with, a McConnell or Schumer or Pelosi or Hillary. He's not part of their camp. He's not part of that. But they hate this guy. They can't stand this guy, even though over the years he gave them all the money. What would America look like with a Hillary Clinton as a president? Because she probably would have been a two-term president. What would America look like with Hillary Clinton as a president?
It would have looked like what America looked like before Donald Trump was president. We would have had a moderate Democratic president, internationalist, that believed in American military power, probably more interventionist than where the country is, where the party is, where the Republican Party is. We would not have left Afghanistan in the chaotic manner that we would have left. You would not have had the complete societal chaos and lying, and you wouldn't have had a president who lied to the American people 35,000 times.
You're saying Hillary Clinton hasn't lied?
Hillary Clinton has lied, but she doesn't lie like Donald Trump lies. 35,000 documented lies. Yeah. No person has ever done that. And so I guess like when you sit and you talk about like the establishment and the I get the construct, right? And the us and the them and the puppet strings and the they and everything. But here's the deal. Donald Trump and everyone who worked for him, these are immensely powerful people. Are you going to tell me Wilbur Ross isn't part of the establishment? That the hedge fund titan Ken Griffin isn't part of the establishment? Steve Schwartzman, right, of Blackstone, who funded Trump, isn't part of the establishment? Come on.
Yeah, I don't put him at the Larry Fink and Soros level at all. If you're talking deep state, you're talking Soros, you're talking Fink, you're talking.
No. I got
some of those guys.
By the way,
Steve, I just want to let you know.
I have a big problem. I have to push back on it.
Totally fine. Go for it.
You should think carefully.
Yeah.
About using Jewish names and alleging global conspiracies. Right? I don't think you.
What are you insinuating? What are you saying?
What I'm saying is, when Elon Musk goes and he says it's the fault of the Jews that he fucked up Twitter.
Yeah.
Right? In the Anti-Defamation League, there is a virus of anti-Semitism in the air. And inimical to anti-Semitism is a deep part of anti-Semitism, as it's expressed, is always the conspiracy.
Yeah.
Right? And Soros conspiracy, Fink conspiracy, it's all bullshit. It's all nonsense. Lay out the conspiracy in detail or don't, but the assertion of some powerful flowing conspiracy,
it's not a conspiracy
against Trump.
Soros in
spends
what,
a lot of money to
Open Society, $32 billion. Yeah, he's DEI, CEI, all that stuff is through them. That's the corporate equity index,
Sure.
Diversity, equity, inclusive, ESG, environmental, social governance, and they're giving Philip Morris the highest score, and they're giving Tesla the lowest because Elon Musk is against them. I mean, you have to realize this isn't conspiracy. This is weird.
What does that have to do with politics?
How does you brought up Elon Musk. No. I didn't bring up Elon Musk. How does a Philip Morris get a higher score for the environment than Tesla? You don't think that's conspiracy to you? To me, it's conspiracy on what ESG is doing.
That's not the word I would use.
Okay,
I just think it's mostly fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Right? Like it doesn't make sense.
as a Jew, I think we got a little off track here because I don't think that's what he was insinuating at ever. I think he was just saying the more globalist establishment names who just happen to be whatever religion they. I don't really give a shit. I don't think
the word historically,
yes,
globalist is code for Jew.
I didn't know that.
This is the first time I've
never heard that before.
Is that why you say internationalist? That's how you describe Hillary Clinton. I've never heard that word. I've heard globalist a billion times.
Yeah, it's no. I mean, globalist is very much part of the vocabulary and architecture of a lot of white supremacy, a lot of anti-Semitism. And I think you have to be careful with
no doubt. But to hone in on what you were saying that he's basically saying, listen, Trump is anti-establishment. I think we can all acknowledge, at least on the surface, the establishment don't like him. What you're basically saying is that everyone that worked for him, from Wilbur Ross to Mnuchin to everyone, they're all part of the establishment, whether it's Wall Street.
It's a scam, right?
So you don't think that he, in himself, is anti-establishment? But the people that work for him.
If you want to look for a model of a president who was anti-establishment, truly, on the opposite side, in every conceivable way of the class that he grew up in, right? The party that he led, it was Franklin Roosevelt, right? That's an example of somebody, or Teddy Roosevelt, right, who was against the establishment powers of the country.
But what about in the last 50 years?
Where there, you have Donald Trump is very much in the middle of whatever it is you define as the American establishment, right? You have two institutions in the country. The leaders of the Democratic Party and the leaders of the Republican Party are both part of the establishment. By definition.
Correct.
If you're running a hedge fund, you're in the establishment, right? If you're in the top 1% of income, you're in the establishment, period, right? So you have two political parties, right, that we're told over and over again never agree on anything. But what they agree on is we're going to get the choice that they give us, whether you like it or not. And that's the establishment.
I don't know about that, because you're saying if you're in the top 1% or the 0.01%, you're the establishment socioeconomically. I wouldn't say that someone like Elon Musk is the establishment. That guy is trying to fucking put a sledgehammer to it. I wouldn't say that someone like Joe Rogan, who's made it into the mainstream media nomenclature, is establishment at all. So I don't know if I agree with your assessment just because you're at the top of the list.
I don't think Joe Rogan is corporate.
Correct.
But Joe Rogan's in the establishment.
How so? Joe Rogan is
Joe Rogan is a multi-millionaire who millions of people listen to. The idea that he's somehow outside of the mainstream fighting the mainstream, I don't.
What about Elon?
I think Elon Musk is an American oligarch. I think that Elon Musk is, and I come from a place, I'm delighted by this FTC action against Google. I'm for breaking up these companies. I'm for breaking up the concentrations of power that have run amok, right? That's anti-establishment, right? When you're talking about breaking up Facebook and Google and all of these giant out-of-control companies that have stifled competition and growth in the country, that's anti-establishment. Fixing the tax code is anti-establishment. Reform and renewal, right, is anti-establishment. But I just reject, I think, the definition as laid out.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.